Hi folks, the Sony A6700 has been announced along the new 70-200mm macro lens and the new microphone. And in this video I wanted to share my quick thoughts about all those three products. I did check a ton of reviews, like probably you did, and I didn't have the chance to play with the camera and the lens because obviously Sony is not going to invite the head of Sony of Rumors on any of those events where they give you free meal, free travel, and show you the new products. So I will have to wait my time before I get my hands on the new camera and on the new lens. Let's start straight away with the fact that I'm not going to buy anything of the new products. Maybe the microphone. I'm thinking about it, but surely not the A6700 and not the 70-200mm G2 lens. But I give you my fair impression based on what I read about those products, and you know that you can count on me being fair and not clickbait and trying to sell you something I'm not believing in it. So the Sony A6700, let's talk about it. It is, as expected, a solid A6600 update. And there is nothing that screams wow when you look at the camera, so there is nothing that nothing really new, nothing that really will probably win over some Fuji, aps-c or Nikon or Canon shooters. This is a camera meant to keep the Sony aps-c shooter happy. If you were a A6600 owner, you can be happy to upgrade to the A6700, which has better image quality, better autofocus. You know, it's better in nearly every aspect, but it's not revolutionary. Probably this camera will make not meaningful massive sales, but it will give an option to aps-c shooter to move to a new updated camera. From what I see from the poll that I put in Sony for Rumors, really only a few of my readers are going to buy this camera. I guess that in the past 4 years ago we had the A6600, and 4 years after the world really changed, which means for me that many are now shooting full frame and not aps-c anymore. And so I guess that the A6700 will not make really big sales, because in the meantime many Sony shooters did upgrade to full frame because of the more frequent updates of cameras and also the availability of many lenses. And it's also true that in the meantime the low-end entry-level market is being eaten up by the smartphone market, so it's obvious that every manufacturer tends to focus on the high-end part of the cameras. That means full frame or very expensive aps-c camera, like for example Fuji is doing. So it makes sense for Sony to not invest too much from a financial point of view. I still think it's a bit of a missed opportunity. I think it would be nice if Sony would release a A7000, which means an aps-c camera with A7 body and sort of mini A9 features, super fast and super impressive performance. But I guess the reason why Sony is not doing this is to not cannibalize their full frame sales. So I think this is not going to happen. Sony will keep the aps-c line as a chance for people to enter the E-mount system, but they don't want to cannibalize the full frame market. That's my opinion, my sixth sense of this, but it's based on the simple history of Sony releases. So I will skip on the A6700, so I think it's a solid update, but nothing that really makes me try to pull the trigger and to buy it. Then the 70-200mm G2 macro. This is definitely a nice lens. I love how compact it is. It's definitely a much needed upgrade. I think it has a very great optical performance. I'm not going to buy it because it's not a lens that I need for my work. When I do hiking, I use the Tamron 28-200mm lens and I'm happy with it. I don't need anything more, so that's the reason why I'm not going to buy the lens. But if you're interested in the lens, definitely go and buy it. This is a great lens. it will surely make you happy. The last product they announced was the microphone, and I think this microphone is excellent. I watched those reviews and I think it's a kind of product I'm going to buy because I'm doing some vlogging, because I'm often doing interviews on the street for my private work, and so for me audio quality matters, and this microphone has some features that are really interesting, intriguing for me. I want to test it out and see if it really gives me that quality that I'm looking for. Yeah, so I'm really more excited about what's coming next very soon. It might be the new A7cII that Sony will announce soon, and also maybe a second camera. And I think that those are kind of cameras that I'm more interested in. I'm currently very happy with the A7R5. If I would need a backup camera, which is kind of something that I probably need because I'm doing more and more work with my Sony A7R5, and sometimes I really wish to have a nice backup camera that gives me the same quality, but I don't want to buy the same camera twice. So I'm thinking seriously about the A7cII as a backup camera, and also because from what I heard it sounds like a very nice camera, and also I like the form factor. I'm used to shoot with the Sony A7, which is a rangefinder, a film camera, which I totally love. You should really consider to buy it, by the way. I think it's a kind of camera that really makes you make a better photographer when you use it. And maybe one day I will do a review and a comparison in terms of quality between the Sony A7R5 and the Sony A7. But let's put that aside. The A7cII would probably be a perfect backup camera for me, because it gives me the option to have a backup camera, but also to have a different kind of camera to shoot a different style of photography. To end this video, I'm also thinking about doing sometimes next week maybe a live, because I want to hear your feedback. I want to read your questions and answer them before we move on to the next bunch of rumors about those new A7C, A9 III cameras and so forth. So I will let you know some of the rumors when this will happen, if I can find time to make it happen, because I'm quite busy now and I'm in Antwerp. I have to travel back to Italy, then I have to go on the mountains and also do some other job. But I hope to try it out one time, make a live with you, so that you can really talk to me and help, so that we can also I can get some feedback and understand what I can improve, not only on Son of Rumors but also on this YouTube channel, and also yeah, let's see, maybe it can be useful to grow together to make things work better than they are right now. That's it for today. Stay tuned to this channel. Again, subscribe, because I promise you the next videos will be again very exciting about future Sony products, and I'm sure you will love them. See you soon, folks.